Oh my god! It's you! I ain't seen you in ages, man. How have you been? Oh, I've really... Right. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. We both know I promised you something and I couldn't deliver. I failed you. But I need you to remember that... Right. Okay. I told you I'd get you the Dragon Ball Z video and I've just been avoiding it. I wanted to make it, I really did. I've been at this a year now, like, exactly a year. I didn't know, it used to be so easy making these videos, you know? Like I just come up with an idea and I'd bang it out in 2 weeks, but now it's like, I just can't do it, you know? I just wish I could talk about Dragon Ball Z like I can talk about Dragon Ball. That's Dragon Ball with a ball and no Z. No GT and no SUP, just DRAG. ONBALL. Why do I want to talk about that specifically? Well, I've always felt Dragon Ball Z was a bit too highly praised when compared to its predecessor, which is almost erased. That seems to be true of, well, only myself. Most people see Dragon Ball as not Santa, but Elf. Still, I'll always prefer Dragon Ball without the Z. I understand that by saying this I could be misread, but I want you to know that I have no beef. Amongst all the action, the sequel is chief. And before we get started, you don't have to say, you know, in Japan they're both one and the same. I know that fun fact and all of the rest, so let's say for today I'm talking about the West. In Dragon Ball Z, it was all about stakes, but when you're constantly raising them, the viewer's attachment, it breaks. It was no longer about character or adventure or fun, but just how many guys Goku could beat up with his gun. Though I like Kid Buu and where the story ended, I do find it hard to not be a little offended at how different it was from where it all started, even though so few of our friends had departed. Almost gone were the dinosaurs, fun adventures and travelling, and replaced with stories of fight scenes unravelling. But if we travel back to 1983 and met Akira 2 sat on his settee with his good buddy whose wife would bring tea not coffee, then we'd say that the origin isn't a mystery. They'd been scheming ideas for a number of days when Akira's wife told him it did amaze her how he drew all his artwork while watching old martial arts movies without ever botching the books on which he tried so hard. It's quite absurd as an origin story, which is good as it means it's unlikely to bore me, but this is the moment his idea was hatched. From the ether of genius, Dragon Ball was snatched. He based a 2-issue comic on Journey to the West, an outline for a story which he thought was best to illustrate a feeling he wanted to convey, and shake an industry's foundations like a volcano in Pompeii. At the start of the story we meet Bulma and Goku, and it's immediately obvious that the stakes are so low you'd be hard pressed to understand how a violent sci-fi show at the end started its story helping a teenage girl find a boyfriend. The idea for the series changed as ideas do, but for a simple summation of the difference in the two series which would change how on anime we gaze, we must look to the for a change to amaze. The first line ever uttered, not spluttered or muttered by the hope in the universe, the answer to all living things that cry out for peace, the protector of the innocent, the light in the darkness, true ally nightmare to Frieza, was hey bro, what's up? Certainly a surprise if he was supposed to have made up the same character at the start as he would be around the bend who'd make the coldest king cry while he kicked his rear end. In a few words, you've probably heard the odd adage in writing that to increase the impact of conflict or fighting you have to raise the stakes. But I think that's fake, and Dragon Ball is a testament. Of all examples I could choose, the rest are meant for later, because there's a lesson Dragon Ball can teach to make your stories greater. The perfect example in all of the chapters where the stakes are low but my heart is captured is this. The destruction of Fire Mountain. Toriyama's strong composition and understanding of flow are often talked about topics you may already know, but they only really got stronger as the series progressed, and there were changing styles jarring. I wouldn't become obsessed. It's the pacing of this chapter that I think is incredible and makes the overshadowing of Dragon Ball awfully regrettable. To fit worthwhile stories in just 12 pages can seem like it's putting creators in cages, but to this man it's different, a demonstration of skill, a masterful talent for which many would kill. More than half of this chapter is building expectation, bringing both shock and humour into the equation. We're expecting a joke. Roshi's old and he's cocky. The reader's belief in him is at best rocky. This makes the would-be payoff all the more shocking. Is intense transformation better than panty or stocking? Nonetheless, I say would-be, this isn't the payoff. Where many lesser creators will take this as a way off the train of expectation that's hurtling towards failing to meet the assumptions this build-up affords. But this creator's less than no one. With skills he created and relied on, he devoted this chapter to building suspense. I say this without even a shred of pretense that in just 2 pages he builds a mythology, and using the gifts granted by his biology makes my hairs stand on end. It may depend on if you've read it, but this first use I think's the best. The Kamehameha wave was meant then as a test. As mentioned before, the stakes here were low, the risk of failure only to know that the man who trained Goku's grandpa was a liar. It wasn't out of the frying pan into the fire. But through his intricate use of comic technique, Toriyama crafted a story with character and chi. Though the spectacle of DBZ is pulsating like lightning, the energy of Dragon Ball is absolutely frightening. Look at that. I did it.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up. They were chopping them